In this video, I'm going to teach you how to build a home studio for less than $200. Stay tuned. What's going on, guys? Adam Ivy. Look, if you're trying to build a home studio and you're just getting started and you're on a tight budget, you've come to the right place, because over the last few weeks, I've put together a dream home studio setup for those that are just getting started for less than $200, using name brand products that are going to give you more longevity, hopefully more reliability, and give you a little bit of resale if you ever want to kind of pitch it off in the future. Now, quick disclaimer, I'm going to be using a 5 or 6 year old MacBook Pro for this example, so unfortunately, the $200 doesn't cover the computer. However, in this day and age, I would hope that you would have something that you can use. And if you want me to do a Windows version, let me know in the comments below. With that being said, let's get to the gear. Now, even though we're using an older MacBook Pro, it's completely compatible with Apple's signature free music making software, GarageBand. I've been incredibly impressed over the years of how many new sounds, how many new plugins they're adding all the time to GarageBand. And you can make some pretty incredible music, which I'm going to show you at the end of this video. Now, that's going to be your digital audio workstation. You can record, you can make beats, you can do all sorts of things within a software that's free for Apple users. So with that being said, we have the brains of the operation, which is the computer. We have the software, which is GarageBand. Now, quick disclaimer, I could talk about a bunch of free VSTs that are available everywhere online. However, a lot of them are just kind of like a limited time deal. So go look at Slate Digital and look at a bunch of different brands. Type into Google free VST and see what's available for you right now, so that you can get new instruments, you can get new plugins, compression, EQs, all sorts of things, especially around the holidays. They really give a ton of great deals. So load up with the free stuff, because that's something that we can use to our benefit in the future. So now that we have the computer and the software all figured out, the audio interface is what we really want to look at next. It allows us to record our vocals and record guitars or instruments that have a 1/4-inch plug, and also allows us to hear in a little bit better quality what we're doing within the software. So for this setup, I jumped into the signature Behringer Euphoria UM2 that is under $50, and this thing is packed with features for that price point. It allows you to have 48-volt phantom power for microphones that need that. It also has a little preamp built in, and for under $50, this is pretty dang solid. Now, when it comes to building your starter setup, there's kind of two trains of thought. A lot of people think that you need fancy studio monitors, need to spend a few $100s on some speakers in order to make music, and that's not the truth. I started with some headphones. You can start with some headphones, and honestly, if you're living in an apartment complex, if you have roommates, if you're living with your parents, a lot of times the studio monitors, the speakers, are just going to get you in trouble at first, and typically the affordable studio monitors are not accurate enough to give you a really good mix, and then it just kind of leads to frustration and slows you down from actually cranking out some pretty good music. However, a lot of people started with these right here, Tascam TH02s. I had an older version of these when I first got started, but these right here on Amazon have like 1 million reviews. These are highly regarded by DJs, producers, and sound guys alike. For the price, you're not going to be able to beat them. Side note, you can plug these directly into your audio interface and make music without bothering anybody and get a pretty damn good mix in the process. So next in the lineup is what I hold near and dear to my heart as a producer, and that's a MIDI controller. Now, don't think that you have to be a producer or beat maker to actually benefit from having a MIDI controller. And what is a MIDI controller? Well, MIDI is virtual signals into your software, primarily triggering audio instruments and stuff like that. So a MIDI controller it doesn't have any sounds built in, but this is going to control all the sounds in your DAW, your digital audio workstation, such as GarageBand. The great thing about this is the M-Audio KeyStation 32 Mark III. It's a little bit more expensive, still under the $200 for everything here, but I went with M-Audio because of 2 or 3 reasons, right? First, it comes with software. So you might not be able to see it, but on the box here, it comes with some beginner level Pro Tools software, which allow you to record your vocals, which I'm going to talk about here in a second. M-Audio stands behind their products, though. M-Audio, this was around $50. You could find it higher, lower. You could find used versions on eBay and save a few dollars. I wanted to get the name brand, though, because this is going to be a high quality product. Even though it's a lower price point, they're going to kind of stand behind their product. And the generic keyboards have very, very bad reviews as far as keys breaking, springs breaking, things just not working, electronic issues, electrical issues. If you guys speak English, I'm working on it myself. But the KeyStation Mini 32 Mark III has velocity control. You can change the octaves. You can even program the little keys to be a transpose control as far as stopping, recording, all that good stuff. This is a Really, really good deal in my opinion. And the great thing about all this stuff is it could fit in a backpack easy. So this right here would be the MIDI controller of choice that I highly recommend if you're making beats, if you're producing, or if you're even trying to make scratch demos as a singer-songwriter. All right, the moment you've all been waiting for, kinda, right? We have the laptop, the software, the audio interface, a way to listen to everything, and a way to make beats and sequence some MIDI with that MIDI controller that I just showed you. But how do we record our voice in a way that's going to give us a decent recording quality and also kind of keep us from having to record stuff into our phone and then import it into the software? Well, I have a solution. It's something that many a YouTuber has reviewed and something that I wanted to get my hands on myself, and that's this. The newer NW800 microphone, right? It even comes with a shock mount. This right here, and I didn't get the blue and gold one just for the record, but this right here is under $20 on Amazon. However, it's not going to work out of the box, so keep that in mind. I have a couple things here that are an accessory for this, still under $200, that's going to allow you to connect this directly into your audio interface and get right to work. First thing, XLR cable. This is about $8 on Amazon. I used one that I had in a duffel bag. Obviously, I haven't opened this one, but doing music for 15 plus years, I have a whole lot of these in a duffel bag down in my garage. So XLR cable is going to allow you to connect to the newer NW800 into the audio interface and just get right to work. Second of all, unless you're going to hold the microphone, you're going to want to stand. So I had this laying around from a podcast that we're kind of setting up to do. This is a Samsung, not Samsung, not the popular TV brand, but this is, I think this is the MD5, and again, this is $15 or $20. You can go and get any microphone stand that you wish, that your heart desires. There's ones that are incredibly cheap on Amazon. Don't let this, don't think that you need this one. This is a little desktop one. And I'm, speaking of desks, I'm gonna actually show you what I chose to use in this setup next. So one thing that was really important to me when making this video wasn't just the budget and keeping everything under the $200, but also being able to put together a setup that can be thrown into a backpack. You can go record at a friend's house. You can go record in different parts of your house. You can kind of just get up and go, and the mobile aspect of it is really important and really powerful in allowing you to stay inspired, allowing you to collaborate with others. But I don't know if you're anything like me. I'd like to have kind of a home base, whether that's in a bedroom, a spare bedroom, a big walk-in closet, something that you can kind of call your own and really take pride in for a home studio. So instead of just throwing it on a kitchen table or throwing it on something that I already had, I reached out to FlexiSpot and they sent me a sit-stand desk. They've been friends of the channel for a long time. In fact, I have FlexiSpot desks throughout my house, our conference room table here in the studio. In my other office, I have a FlexiSpot desk, and I've talked about it on the channel before because I have neck and back issues, so sitting and standing, trust me, when you sit in front of a computer, over the years, you want to stand up, people. Like the FlexiSpot desk that we're using in this video for the entire setup, I'm going to show that. And also they offer a monitor mount. I had an extra monitor in the other room, so I chose to mount it to that so I can, have one screen open with this and one screen open with that and just give it a clean look without taking up desk space because it mounts to the desk itself. One thing I love about the FlexiSpot desk is you can adjust to however you want, whenever you want, and it also doesn't take up a whole lot of space. High quality motors, very, very quiet, very, very easy to set up. So thank you, FlexiSpot, for sending me the desk. I highly recommend it. And I'm gonna have all that information in the description box below where you can get the best deal on a FlexiSpot desk of your own to start your home studio. Hey guys, just that's a little bit better. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to create an entire beat using the presets, the preloaded sounds, everything within GarageBand. I'm recording the audio into this microphone using the audio interface that we just covered. I'm not the greatest of singers. I'm more of a sultry jazz radio station voiceover guy. But I just wanted you to hear the audio quality from this microphone straight into GarageBand, right? I could do some vocals, and there's pitch correction, aka auto-tune, in GarageBand that comes stock, but it take me a whole lot more time to record lead vocal, backing vocals, all the different layers, and then mixing them. And there's a ton of tutorials on how to do that on YouTube already. So I'm going to show you what I can do in the next, I don't know. I don't want to put a time limit on it. I have Danny behind the camera. He's going to be manning the time-lapse apparatus that we have. So let's get into that. I'm going to stop recording now. Let's see what I can put together, and then I'm going to share that with you. I'm excited to do so. So let's do it. All right, guys, so in the last, I don't even know how long, maybe 30 minutes, I pieced together kind of a skeleton. I'm going to take a few minutes. I'm going to mix it by putting this headphone on my other ear. I've been kind of going back and forth with Danny throughout this process. As many of you guys know, when you first start making beats, it's great to put together a skeleton, and then from there you do the formatting. You add the sprinkles. I might add a few more layers, but I'm going to do that over the next few minutes here, and then I'm going to share with you guys what I came up with. Hopefully you like it. Let me know in the comments below. Now that's what I was able to put together in just a couple hours using the exact setup that I walked you guys through in this video. Less than $200 goes a whole long way, and this is something that you could throw into a backpack, go over to your buddy's house, do voiceover work, do narration, record music, do podcasts with, really. And it's just a great setup. And like I always say, use what you have until what you have pays for what you want. No need to go out and max out a credit card if something like this can get you up off the ground and learn along the way. Now, I'd love to hear what you started with in the comments below. And side note, all these products will be in the description box below if you want to check any of them out. Feel free to spend more money, but for under $200, this is a very solid setup. Now, if you haven't yet, I'd love for you to watch this video and then click that little subscribe button to join the channel family here. Smash that bell icon so you can be notified first anytime I upload a video just like this. Come connect with me over on Instagram. Had a ton of fun making this video. And until next time, guys, I'll see you real soon.